I've been thinking a lot the last few weeks about maturity and how it relates to our ability to become more assertive leaders, not only in our careers but also in our lives. I think the most accessible model around maturity comes from Stephen Covey in his well-known book, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. He defines 3 levels of maturity. We all start out at what he calls dependence, where we depend on caregivers to make decisions for us, to look after us, to feed us, to clean us up when we need it. But dependence isn't just about age. So many people in their 40s, 50s and 60s are still at a stage of dependence where they depend on other people to make decisions for them, to move them forward, to encourage them forward, to give them approval for decisions that they make. And so the second layer or second level, if you like, of maturity is independence, where we can think for ourselves, make our own decisions, pursue things that not everyone agrees with, but that are important to us, where we have more control over our time to pursue those things that are important to us. But maturity is not the top of the continuum. The top of the continuum is interdependence, because none of us are here alone, right? And interdependence is that we relate to other people. We look for ways to create more synergy. We look for ways to also help other people, to listen better, and to be part of something that's bigger than ourselves. Now, in order to move through these different levels of maturity, of course, he suggests there are habits, and I'll talk about those over the next few weeks. But I thought we'll start with the end in mind, because the 7th habit that he talks about, that actually runs around the continuum itself, is called sharpening the saw. It comes from a story that he tells of a man chopping down a forest of trees, and somebody stops and says, "Why don't you slow down and sharpen your saw?" And he says, "I don't have time to sharpen the saw. I have too many trees to cut down." I've seen more people the last 2-3 years that are struggling with work depression, with burnout, and are just struggling to stay afloat. And so sharpening the saw has become a really key thing to manage. Even in corporations, mental health has become one of the biggest issues to manage. And so sharpening the saw means looking after your physical well-being. It means looking after your mental well-being, your spiritual well-being. It means deciding how you spend time, the people you spend time with, the people you don't. And so, since today is Sunday, that maybe is an opportunity, I hope it is for you, to sharpen the saw in some way, to think about what it is that you need to be doing. Maybe it's around people that you care about, maybe it's time with your animals, or maybe it's time on your own. To take a walk, spend some time in nature, have some coffee out, and do something that's good for your well-being. And so I wish you a magical day. Whatever you choose to do to sharpen your own saw, I hope it works really well for you. All the best, and we'll chat soon. Cheerio.